Sooner or later, something is going to happen in your classroom that constitutes an emergency. The best way to handle an emergency is to be prepared for it before it even occurs. In this lecture, we will review what you need to know as a substitute teacher for dealing with classroom emergencies. The most common type of emergency will be a student that has turned violent either towards himself or towards someone else in the classroom. This is also one of the trickiest situations for even full-time teachers to deal with. The first thing to consider is the safety of the other students. All of the students who are not directly involved in the incident at hand should be told to leave the classroom immediately. One student should be told to go to the nearest classroom and ask the teacher to call the office. The sub needs to try and calm down the student, but may not lay hands on the student unless there is a direct safety concern for another student. This means that if a student is going down the line and smashing computers on the ground, you do not stop them. As long as they are not hurting themselves or someone else, you wait for school personnel to respond. You have not been trained to handle violent outbreaks in the classroom, and you may put yourself or other students in greater danger if you attempt to do so. I know this sounds scary, and it is. However, in 99% of these situations, nothing really bad occurs. School personnel will quickly arrive and resolve the situation. Most fights between students are mostly show. Usually you can tell when a situation is brewing and can call for help before it reaches a boiling point. Just for the record, in the hundreds of days that I have subbed, I have never been in a situation where any student came to serious physical harm at their own hands or while fighting another student. I am aware that there are schools where violence is more prevalent, but those schools are a rarity in most of the country, and those schools have plenty of staff on hand who are equipped to handle these situations when they occur. The next most common situation will be fires and fire drills. Fire drills are required once or twice a month in every school, so you will inevitably be in charge of a class when one occurs. This is why when you come into the room in the morning, you should find the emergency plans and look over them. By November, the kids will know what to do automatically, except for maybe kindergartners. Most fire drills involve simply lining the kids up quickly and taking them out the nearest exit. Make sure that you take a class roster with you. I always have one on my clipboard, and my clipboard is almost always in my hand throughout the day. In many parts of the country, tornadoes are a threat during the school season. After reviewing the fire drill procedure, you should review the severe weather procedure as well. If it is not posted, ask another teacher. Unlike fire drills, where your main goal is to get students out of the building, in a severe weather emergency, you will most likely have to get students somewhere safe within the building. Once there, students will usually sit on the floor facing the wall with their heads down and lace their hands across the back of their head until the all clear sounds. During your time in schools, you may also have to handle an intruder drill. This is one of the trickiest ones because every school has a different procedure. Some schools will broadcast a specially coded announcement that the teachers recognize as the intruder alarm. Other schools will simply say it in the clear. In most cases, the students will go to a part of the room that is not visible from outside the door. The teacher will then close and lock the classroom door, turn out the lights, and wait for further instructions. The good news is that of all the emergency types, a hostile shooter in the school is the one that is the far least likely to occur. As I said at the beginning, the best way to handle these emergency situations is to be prepared. Review all of the emergency procedures as soon as you walk in the door in the morning. This is another good reason to show up early to your assignment rather than at the last minute. Now that we have gotten you through your first day, it's time to take a break. In the next section, we will detail the things that you need to do as a sub that will set you above the other subs who are not as committed and as professional as you. This will ensure that you get called back time and again and always have an assignment waiting for you.